Hello, Leo, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages. I have the tarot deck that we'll be diving into already shuffled, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. Please remember, these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, so please take what resonates and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Leo. In your recent past, you have "you are good enough" with the Empress in reverse. Your recent past was a lot of struggling with, well, not feeling good enough. I mean, this Empress in reverse is kind of this energy of like not feeling prioritized, not feeling like your value is being seen. And I feel like that struggle might be kind of a lifelong struggle that you've been dealing with, but your recent past in particular, I feel like you were really maybe doubting your worth a little bit, doubting whether you were capable enough for something. Choosing not to pursue some sort of path, like a career path of your dreams, or walking away from a relationship that doesn't serve you or something because you don't feel that you're good enough to achieve more or to have better, however that situation resonates with you. And so I do really feel like this is all about how to create a very prosperous kind of new beginning for you. The energy overall seems similar to the Capricorn reading I did this week, which literally was like a prosperous new beginning awaits you. So if you have Capricorn in your chart, there might be messages for you in that reading as well. In your current energy, you have believe in the impossible with the Five of Wands. Something that I say a lot on my channel is that if you are not living the life that you're wanting to live, the life you desire, the life of your dreams, then it is because a part of you does not believe it is possible. And, 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions comes from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way that we interact with our reality is conscious. So sometimes, and I do feel like this ties into your recent past a little bit, but when we go through situations that make us feel undervalued, that make us feel like we aren't good enough, well, we then start to internalize those experiences as beliefs about our reality. We start to limit ourselves based on what we've learned from our surroundings about what it is that we're, deserving of or is capable for us. Oftentimes kind of society will place those limiting beliefs on you about how you're able to make money or the life that you're able to live because it doesn't fit, the status quo or whatever the case is. So what I'm getting at is I feel like there's some inner conflict you have going on when it comes to some sort of path that you're either currently pursuing or wanting to pursue. And again, it could be like a relationship, a career, it could be anything. It could be like a vacation you want to take. Like, it doesn't have to be something huge and life-changing, but it also could be. Because in your immediate future, you have prosperity lies ahead with the Fool. I mean, this literally is like, I see some sort of new beginning taking place in your immediate future that is very prosperous. However, I do feel like needing to work through this kind of internal conflict that you're dealing with right now is necessary in order to get you to this new beginning that you're wanting. Okay. Let's start, Leo, by looking at your recent past, clarifying you are good enough with the Empress in reverse. This is for Leo's recent past. Recent past for Leo. One more. This is for Leo's recent past. What does Leo need to know about their recent past? The Sun, the Two of Wands in reverse, and the Strength in reverse, the Chariot in reverse. Okay. I feel like in your recent past, you were struggling to really align with what it is that truly fulfills you. Again, this could be a relationship, a path, a career. Like I keep giving examples because I think that it could be a lot of different things too. It can be like you feel like your relationship and your career isn't really aligned with your fulfillment. And so you were experiencing kind of this stagnant energy, things not really moving forward, feeling like everything that you maybe put energy into didn't really return that back to you. And I feel like that you started to internalize that as you not being good enough for what you wanted, when in reality it was just that the situations that you were investing in didn't really align with who you are. And so I feel like this recent past was a really good lesson for you to see that sometimes things don't work out or don't go the way that we planned because we deserve better. And so sometimes, we can internalize that as like, oh, nothing is working out for me, or I'm never going to get what I want, when in reality, rejection and that stagnancy can also be interpreted as divine redirection and divine protection. So I do feel like that's kind of what your recent past entailed. So let's get more. So struggling to get into alignment with what truly, truly fulfills you. And I feel like ultimately it's because you didn't feel like you were good enough or capable of it or something like that, which is always the case, right? Again, if you're not living the life of your dreams, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Reset past for Leo. The Strength, Page of Swords in reverse, Ten of Wands, and Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay. I feel like, so you've been carrying around this Ten of Wands, this burdensome energy. Sorry, my dog just freaked out about something. And it's been very triggering for you. And I feel like what this is this energy of like not feeling good enough. It's like not being able to fully step into your power, fully step into your confidence. And it's not that you're like consciously holding yourself back or anything like that, but I do believe that there's something here that is speaking of like, oftentimes kind of we'll settle for things that don't really bring us a whole lot of joy and fulfillment because we think that we have to pursue those things. I talked to my boyfriend a lot about how when I was a financial advisor, before I decided to completely uproot my life and be a tarot reader, I kind of fell into that path. That path just kind of unfolded in front of me, but I didn't choose it. So sometimes our path can be chosen for us. And if we allow that path to be chosen for us, most of the time it's not really going to align with who it is that we want. We have to choose the path that we're really wanting and deserving of. And so I feel like it's something like that. Like it's like this path kind of unfolded for you, and maybe you found success in it, or like maybe you didn't. I don't know. Like it's just like something kind of unfolded and you just kind of went with it, but it didn't really align with you. And because it was like you were never able to get what you wanted out of it, you were kind of left with this feeling of like, oh, well, maybe I'm not good enough to have what it is that I want. Something along those lines. Let's get more for Leo's recent past. This is more for Leo's recent past. Six of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. So this does kind of have to do with like your past. Like what you've learned is necessary for your survival versus recognizing how powerful you truly are, how powerful your energy is, your intentions are, and how you can utilize that to create the life of your dreams. Now, in your recent past, it does. It kind of feels like this path like kind of unfolded for you. You have the Seven of Wands in reverse. It's like maybe you didn't really stand up for what you wanted and take steps in the direction of like your dreams because you didn't think, maybe you thought it was like a pipe dream, or you thought that it just wasn't possible for you, or you weren't capable of it, or whatever those limiting beliefs can tell you. It's almost like you had your heart closed off to it because you didn't believe that you could really have it. And that is a product of what you've experienced. If we don't do the healing work and the inner work and dive into those limiting beliefs and figure out where they're stemming from, what part of our past they're stemming from, we will become a product of what we've experienced, and we will limit ourselves to the experiences only what we think is possible because of what we've seen and what we've experienced ourselves. When in reality, there is a whole universe of possibilities out there for us. I have a dog hair on me. There's a whole universe of possibilities out there for you, but you have to be willing to open your heart up to them. And sometimes you don't even know that, right? For me, what really kind of started my journey and again, like uprooted my life, because I used to be a very analytical person. I mean, I was a financial advisor, for heaven's sake, which is funny, knowing what my job is now. But it's the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It really opens you up to how powerful you really are and what you're truly capable of. And at first I read it, and of course that skepticism started setting in, and it was like, there's no way. But then I started watching it. It's a book about the law of attraction. I started watching this book play out in my life, and like watching things actually change and me actually be able to attract a lot of things that I never thought I was capable of. And it really opened my eyes to, oh my gosh, we really can have the life of our dreams. But sometimes it just takes something like waking you up almost, and being like, hey, you don't have to live this life that you're not happy with. You can truly choose to switch gears and choose the life that you're deserving of. But you have believe in the impossible with the 5 of Wands, so it might not feel possible to you, which is what you're maybe struggling with. So let's get energy for Leo's current energy. Messages and energy for Leo's current energy. Believe in the impossible with the 5 of Wands. Current energy for Leo, please. Current energy for Leo, please. See, I think the hardest thing, because you have the Empress upright, 7 of Swords, and the King of Wands in reverse. The hardest thing is learning to embrace the unknown, right? When you step foot into a path of pursuing your dreams, it requires an incredible amount of faith in the universe or a power that is beyond what you can see. And it doesn't matter what that power is, a spiritual connection of your own understanding, but that being able to really tap into that and say, I believe that I am here to pursue the life that I am deserving of, and I believe the universe is supporting me in every step of the way. The more that you can lean into that energy, the more that you really do open yourself up for miracles. But in order to do that, you have to embrace that unknown. There's always going to be a million reasons that something could go wrong, or a million reasons not to pursue something, or a million reasons that you could fail or that it isn't possible. But part of the law of attraction, what you focus on, you attract. And the more that you focus on all of the ways that it could go right, that you could succeed, that you could get that relationship that you're deserving of, that you don't have to settle for less than what you deserve. The more that you focus on that and you start to set your intentions in that way and ask for guidance, the more that the universe will unfold in your favor. And it's hard when you're going through it because you don't see, especially if you're not one who, is a super spiritual person, which, I mean, if you're watching tarot, you most likely are. But if you're not, there's a lot of skepticism that kind of comes with the whole concept of the law of attraction and pursuing the life of your dreams being possible and things like that. And that skepticism is that resistance to your abundance. It's that 95% of your belief system that is acting on autopilot for you because of what it's experienced. So if you want to change your circumstances, you've got to change the way that you believe what it is that's possible for you. And of course that can't happen overnight, right? Like, you're dealing with a lifelong belief system here. Current energy for Leo. Current energy for Leo, please. Current energy for Leo. Okay. King of Wands, Empress in reverse, Strength, and Temperance in reverse. It's not about when you get there. It's not about how you get there. It's about knowing that you'll get there. You could be already on this path or investing in something that you want to be, you want to find success in, and just experiencing a lot of frustration that things aren't ever going to get to where it is that you're trying to go. And that frustration are those limiting beliefs coming up and saying, see, I told you so. In those moments where you're experiencing that frustration, you have a choice to either pursue path out of faith or to allow the fear of those limiting beliefs to dictate your decision making. And the more that you're able to lean into faith, the more that you open the door for miracles. There's a book. Oh, I already mentioned The Secret. That's funny. I was just about to mention The Secret again. Obviously, that's really coming through in this reading. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's an incredible book. It was turned into a movie. That was like her whole point, was she felt like she was called to create this movie. But that movie is incredibly cheesy, and I don't recommend it. I recommend the book, though. The book has all of the information, and it goes into more depth, and it allows you to kind of sit with what it is that you're reading, because it's a lot of information to take in. So I highly recommend that book. For anyone who maybe is new to spirituality, or you've been doing it for a while and you're just frustrated because you feel like you're not getting anywhere. It really talks a lot about, if you want to make more money, if you want to feel better about the way you look, if you want to just feel better in general. It covers all facets of life. And I feel like, just based on what this reading is saying, it could be really beneficial for you, because it can get you to, the more powerful you believe you are, the more risks you're going to take, the more chances you're going to take towards the unknown, and steps you're going to take towards your dreams. But sometimes you got to take the baby steps to see how powerful you are, and then those baby steps turn into big steps. So if that's something that resonates with you, I really do recommend that book. All right, current energy for Leo. My boyfriend just started reading it, and he's like, he's not a spiritual person at all, or he wasn't before he met me, but knowing that I'm a tarot reader, he's gotten a little bit more interested in it. And he's like, this is the best book I've ever read in my life. And it's so funny watching him be like, I manifested something today. So I really do recommend it, even if you feel you're kind of skeptical. All right, current energy for Leo. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. See, there's some sort of opportunity that you're wanting, but it's like you're resisting the change that's needed to get there. And I feel like that's because there's a lot of fear associated with the change. Maybe taking a leap of faith and starting a business, or leaving a relationship that doesn't serve you to find one that does. Again, that's that step into the unknown, right? So there is an opportunity that you want that's meant for you. It's really, really meant for you here with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. But with it being in reverse, it hasn't been able to make its way into reality yet. That doesn't mean it's never going to get there. But I do feel like there's this need to embrace the steps that you'll need to take. Like in that book, The Secret, it talks about how in the law of attraction, like in the word attraction is the word action. It is necessary for you to take the steps that you are divinely guided to take whenever you're trying to create the life of your dreams. All right, immediate future for Leo, clarifying prosperity lies ahead with the Fool. Immediate future for Leo, clarifying prosperity lies ahead with the Fool. This is for Leo's immediate future. Six of Wands and the Page of Cups. Ooh. Okay. No, yeah. This is a very hopeful immediate future. It's like, because then you have the Eight of Swords in reverse. This is my favorite card in tarot. This talks about releasing yourself from those limiting beliefs that live in that 95% of you, so that you can move forward instead of stay stuck in past patterns or past experiences. I feel like this is about really leaning in to the possibility that exists beyond what you can comprehend right now. Because the first thing, it's like, what comes to mind when you're wanting to pursue something, anything, a path, whatever, is your fear, right? And that fear can be incredibly convincing because it's very rooted in logic, right? And not that logic is a bad thing. You should obviously be very logical when you're pursuing paths. But there needs to be this balance between the logical and the spiritual, being able to say, yes, I know that, these are all the problems that I'm dealing with or that could go wrong, but I also believe that the universe has my back. You can be smart about pursuing a path while also being, able to embrace the unknown. I quit my job without any kind of plan. Don't recommend that. I recommend it if you're that kind of person. It worked out great for me, but it is very challenging when you have no idea what the hell you're going to do. But I do feel like your immediate future is a lot of divine guidance in the prosperity that you're going to be able to attract is going to be decided by the amount of steps you're willing to take in the direction of that divine guidance. Immediate future for Leo, please. This is for Leo's immediate future. Oh my gosh, this is such a good reading. It's like, it kind of feels like, so you have the Three of Cups, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It kind of feels like pieces kind of falling into place. Although, let me see. Let me see. Because the Four of Pentacles in reverse is like, well, hang on. I want clarity on it because it's kind of, it's like not just embracing the unknown, clarifying the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's not just embracing the unknown. Yeah, it's not just about embracing the unknown. It's about embracing the fact that you sometimes have to be okay with not having any idea how you're going to land on your feet, but just knowing that you will. Especially if you're going through a tough time right now, like in a financial sense or just mentally or emotionally, like being able to embrace and understand that, I don't know how I'm going to be okay, but I do know that I'm going to be, because the universe has my back. And the more that you lean into that belief, your beliefs being the root of your results, the more that is what you will experience. And that's hard to do. It is. It is really hard to do, but it's also incredibly important, because those moments, especially when you're trying to attract, the life that you're wanting, and you feel your circumstances are saying that you're not going to get there, that's where most people give up. Because most people say, oh, this law of attraction stuff is stupid, nothing's working out for me. No, those are the moments that you're supposed to stand your ground and say, this is working out for me. This is going to happen. I don't know how and I don't know when, but I know it's going to, and I know that I'm going to be supported along the way. So that's what your immediate future is about, is learning to embrace the process. Immediate future for Leo. One more for Leo's immediate future, please. I feel like this is definitely going to work out for you. Immediate future for Leo. The more you surrender and you let go, the more that this wheel, because you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Hangman in reverse. Yeah, those are in reverse. And then the Judgment. The more that you let go, the more the wheel will be able to turn in your favor. The more that you try to control, the more that you will experience delays and stagnancy. And letting go is difficult, but letting go is also where you're able to give it to the universe and say, I am putting this in the universe's hands. I always say it's not about like the how you're going to get there. That is none of your business. That is the universe's problem to deal with. It's not yours. So I do feel like there's a lot coming through that is like, this is going to work out for you. This is. It absolutely is. But you gotta believe in it too, right? I can tell you this all day long. You can hear it from a million different tarot readers. But that belief in yourself, it's got to come from within. As above, so below. As within, so without. Okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages and dive into the advice, and then I have an advice card to pull at the end. But first, I want to speak on an announcement that I made last week. In my readings, I talk a lot about these higher level energies, right? Here's kind of, your limiting beliefs, how they're impacting your life. Here's what you need to do. Here's how you need to shift those moving forward. But I don't talk so much about how to implement that into your day to day, not necessarily on purpose, but just because I think that it's incredibly difficult for me to talk about both. And I do think that my purpose is more kind of focused on that higher level aspect. Well, my friend slash confidant slash just like mentor person that I look up to is putting on a spiritual workshop. It's kind of spiritual, kind of holistic, kind of that balance. But it's all about, it's a summer workshop series all about how to take your power back from your circumstances and create the life of your dreams. Goodness, I feel like I can't get out what it is. It's 4 sessions. Come on, guys, don't bark. It's 4 sessions throughout the summer, and it is $20 for all 4 sessions. But I'm going to be in it. I think there's a lot of really great information that'll be in there for me. And so when she told me about it, I was like, man, I have to share this with my followers because with my subscribers, because we talk about this every single week. How do you take your power back? How do you step into your power? How do you manifest and create the life of your dreams, right? And there's, she'll talk about tools that you can implement in your day-to-day, like how to actually take these ideas and concepts and apply them to your life. And so if you're interested in it and you want to register, just read more about it. The information for it is going to be in the description box of the video that is at the top of the description box below. So the top of the description box below is the announcement video. And then in that announcement video, in that description box is all of the information on it. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on it whatsoever. And then her contact information is actually in that description box as well. All right, Leo, thank you so much as always for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Leo.